Owen Applequist is your typical 30-year-old male who has a passion for skiing and mountain climbing. And this year, he is taking his passions all over the world, including to the Olympics. But there is one thing you should know about Owen. At such a young age, he has already overcome obstacles in life far more difficult than on a slope or mountain.
Well, when I was 16, I had a kidney transplant. And then about 10 years later, as I was getting ready to start my real job after graduating college, I was diagnosed with cancer for the first time. And then 2 years after that, I was diagnosed with cancer for the second time.
And the Winter Olympics that Owen is competing in are not the ones in Vancouver. They are in France, and they start this Sunday.
The games are called the Winter World Transplant Games. They're like the Olympics, only they're called the Games. I will be competing in 4 events: slalom, giant slalom, Super G, and parallel slalom. Slalom, giant slalom, Super G are all standard Olympic downhill skiing events, and parallel slalom is a race between 2 competitors on side-by-side courses.
And when he is finished on the slopes, he will head to the mountains, where he has already become the first kidney transplant recipient and 2-time cancer survivor to climb the highest peak in Africa.
I'm affiliated with a group called Climb for Hope out of Baltimore, Maryland. I found out about them just prior to my second cancer diagnosis and was able to join them on their trip to Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa in 2008. I was successfully summited 3 months after finishing chemo for the second time. I've subsequently gone to Iceland this past June, and we did 3 mountains in 4 days. That was a lot of fun. We actually climbed a first peak in Iceland, so we got to name a peak, which was kind of cool. This year, I hope to go to Alaska, Washington, and Mexico, climbing to both raise awareness and funds for cancer research.
How has your past made you not only stronger in life, but also for these competitions and these events that you love to do?
Well, that's actually a great question. The best thing about my past is that the transplant taught me that I can survive anything. And then cancer taught me that, there are things that I want to do, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me from achieving what I want to achieve.
As much as he travels around the world, he always comes back to ski in the Poconos, at a place where he calls home.
Jack Frost Big Boulder have been fantastic in their support of me as I go about competing at the Winter World Transplant Olympics. I know Jack Frost are a family of mine.
And tomorrow, Owen will hop on a plane and head overseas, living his life as healthy as ever.
It's just going to be a lot of fun, and it's not about whether I win or I medal. It's about showing that we can continue life after a transplant.
And along with Owen, 300 athletes from 25 countries are expected to compete in the 2010 Winter World Transplant Games, giving them a chance to show off their athletic ability as well as celebrate the gift of life and the success of organ transplantation. On the scene from Jack Frost Mountain, I'm Erica Rose, 2 Sports.